All right, I got a vacation coming up and I have to pack, and it's a little confusing when you have diabetes. There's so much to bring and it's so easy to forget. That's why I'm making this video. I'm gonna give you a checklist that's gonna be in the description, as well as links to everything I talk about today. I do get some compensation if you use some of those links, so I appreciate that. I've got some awesome accessories, and yeah, I'm gonna go through all the snacks, all the tech, and all the accessories I found that help me get through vacation without worrying about my diabetes and going through it with ease. All right, let's get into it. First, let's start with low snacks. A lot of people go for the glucose tablets. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of these. I have them, but I'm not a huge fan. They're in this big container. Of course, you can get Ziploc bags, put them in those, but this is not easy to travel with if you're like going on a day trip. So what I like to do is I have these like fruit leathers that I really enjoy. You can get these at Costco, I know for sure. These are really amazing. They can slip into your pocket super easily or even your bag. Another thing I really enjoy are these glucose gels. Now, recently my friend Jenna also tried these and she hated them. It reminded her of her childhood, so they might not be for everyone. What I love about them is they're super small, they fit into my pocket, and they're just easy travel, and they're also gonna raise your blood sugar when you need to. Now, another thing I found at Costco were these applesauce packets. I'm bringing a few of these. I really like just having some different options, something that's maybe a little more healthy than having like full-blown sugar, although these are organic, so that's pretty good. Besides all those fruit snacks that will bring me up, it's also super important to bring things with protein that also have carbs. These will stabilize your blood sugar levels. If you just have sugar, you'll probably drop right after. It's important to implement protein into that low snack as well. So I'll have these around if I need to stabilize my blood sugars as well. Next up, let's get to the diabetes technology. So I'm an Omnipod wearer, the Omnipod tubeless pump. Got one right here. I'm changing my pump out later tonight before my trip, so I technically have 3 days. It's a 4-day trip though. So I'm bringing 3 altogether. Why? Because what if I mess up putting one on, then I have another one. What if I go swimming and then this one falls off, then I have another one. Plus, I have the one I'm wearing. Odds are I'm only gonna need one, but I have 2 just in case. On top of that, keeping it on, I use these. This is Skin Grip. These are what they look like. They come in all different colors. They also come in skin tone. This is the multicolor pack because I like having different color, but if you want to be discreet, there are more like skin color ones. If you use my link in the description, you'll get 10% off these. I truly am a huge fan of these. Sometimes I find that they'll come off maybe a couple days of, no, they'll actually stay on for the full Omnipod. The Dexcom ones I sometimes have trouble keeping on for a super long time, but they give me those extra few days I need to get me between sensors. Speaking of Dexcom, I'm gonna be bringing extra G7s. I'm actually bringing 2, this one's just not in the box. I'm wearing one already. This one should cover me for the whole trip. If it doesn't, I have 2 more. That is 20 days worth of Dexcoms. I feel pretty confident wearing these. Or rather bringing these, plus the new Dexcom G7s come with a overlay patch in every single box. So I should be all set. Now, besides that stuff, I also need my phone, and you may need your PDM to be powered. That's why I always travel with a personal power bank. This one I like because it has 2 little things that pop out, a USB-C and lightning cable for my iPhone. Plus, it can plug right into the wall. There's also another port, USB, that can be plugged in as well if you're not using a device that's one of those 2. Next up, Acrylic Jewels. Now, at first I was gonna make this a joke, like, oh my God, Acrylic Jewels, but I actually do love traveling with these, not just for like putting them on my friends' faces, but also for putting them on my insulin pump. I love decorating my pump with just like fun little decal gems, and it's just super fun. Also, if you don't have your ear pierced, you can just throw it on your ear and it looks like you do. So that's just my little fun gag. Okay, next, let's talk insulin. So bring your insulin. Can I tell you, I've literally not brought my insulin on multiple trips. I feel like it's just something that I like pack everything and then I forget the insulin. This has happened multiple times. Bring your insulin. How do you remember? By putting Post-it notes on everything that you're gonna touch. So I put them all over the door and I put them on my bag. That way I remember the insulin. Now, for the insulin, I like to put them in these protective cases. These are silicone. I found these two for $8.99. It came for a pack of two, which is like super cheap compared to all the competition. So those are, yeah, super inexpensive, and they work just as well as anything else. Now, what if you need to keep your insulin cool? What I use is Frio. Frio's incredible. It comes in a few different sizes, so you can fit like a bunch of different things that you need, like whether they're pens or vials. So this is how it works. There is an outer sleeve, and then within it is this pack. This has like a bunch of little like balls in it that when you submerge them in water, they grow, they soak in that water. You just gotta dry it. Then it keeps your insulin cool. It will do that for about 2 to 4 days. So this is great for a day at the beach, a day at the park, traveling between locations on a plane, or when you know you're going to a hot place, just like knowing that that traveling is going to be set. This is like so amazing. So I've got them in different sizes because I've had to transfer a lot of insulin at once. But normally I think on this trip, I'm just going to be bringing the small one. I'll throw my 2 vials in there. It's also probably not even going to be that hot on this trip, but I just want to be safe with this, especially since I'll be in a car. Maybe my car's hot, so I'll be good. That's Frio. Next up, I'm probably not going to wear this trip, especially since I'm not drinking alcohol, but there are bracelets that say type 1 diabetes that can come in real handy. They also make for smartwatches, specifically the Apple Watch I know, they make one as well that you can clip on. You can also use the emergency features on the watch, which I made a video on. I'll throw that in the description as well. Having a bracelet like this or something on your body that tells people you have type 1 diabetes, especially if you're not wearing pumps or sensors and you're using MDI, these are super important, I think, especially if you're drinking and you think you may go super low. Next up, don't forget backup insulin and syringes. You want to bring some syringes just in case your PDM completely breaks and you can't use your pumps. Backup insulin, a long-acting insulin, and then a short-acting insulin. Or bring your vial of short-acting insulin and bring your syringes. Of course, you're probably not going to want to be stuck with having to do the whole vial thing. It's nice having a pen. Okay, next, I actually forgot this next thing, and it's super important. Let me get it. You need to bring the old school blood testing kit. So you got the test strips, you have the little device that tests it, and the finger pricker. Yeah, I literally almost left with this. That's why I'm saying it's like literally, like it's so easy to forget things. I'll even make a little Google Docs list. That way you can just kind of copy everything and make sure that you have everything as well. Now, lastly, I think possibly one of the most important things and the most life-saving is having a glucagon kit with you, whether that's injection or this one snorts up your nose. Having this and also educating your friends whether or not they'll have to use it, educating that it is in your bag and that if you're incoherent in any way, to use this. There you have it. That's everything I travel with. If there's anything I left out or something that you think would help us all out, let us know in the comments. I've got links to everything I talked about in the description. And for more videos like this, make sure you subscribe. I've got videos coming out every Friday, and the podcast drops on YouTube and major podcast platforms every Monday. And give this video a like so other people can find it. I'm Justin. I'll take you later.